Hi, everyone. Welcome to the launch of an education series on digitizing Indian auto retail. And this is led by Google in partnership with FADA and ASDC. This is, in fact, the first of its kind partnership to transform the auto industry through the power of digital. This is a three-session series that we're starting today to help you build a profitable dealership. Top product experts from Google will be helping you through this journey to understand how an automotive purchase journey has evolved over the last couple of years and how you can connect with today's digital first buyer. We will be covering everything from insights to hyperlocal marketing, a concept that has increasingly become important and efficient. But before we jump into the session today, allow me to introduce our keynote speakers. They are Mr. Vinkesh Gulati, FADA President, Mr. Nikunj Sanghi, Chairman ASDC, and Mr. Nikhil Bansal, Head of Automotive Industry for Google India. With this, I welcome Mr. Vinkesh Gulati to talk about this unique digitization initiative and how it can really help us move the needle and bring impact on the ground. Over to you, Mr. Gulati.
Thanks, Arindam. Welcome everybody to today's webinar. The pandemic has hit us really hard. For many of us, sales have seen some around 30% degrowth. And even the service department, which is bread and butter for our dealerships, is seeing this flattening consumer demand. And obviously, the vehicles are not on road, so automatically it's not reporting to our service also. COVID has taught us to make tough choices to ensure our dealerships survive. Decisions such as right sizing, financial prudence, and adapting to the new normal were difficult, but will eventually lead to robust business models and improve efficiencies. Auto dealers are a resilient lot, and automobiles remain an aspirational purchase. Despite these current challenges, India has the potential to soon become the third largest car market in the world and automatically add to the government's major target of $5 trillion economy and making India a global leader in automobile if our ecosystems work in unison. With customers not wanting to leave their homes, digital medium can really help us move the needle and impact business on the ground. It will help us in reducing costs, improving efficiencies, and increase productivity of our entire team. The Grow with Google program, powered by ASDC and FADA, is a three-part webinar for dealer principal, and it is one of its kind till yet. This will help dealers to able to know what to ask to their digital engagement managers. The right set of question, inquiring about SEOs, conversion rates, search engine optimization, marketing automation. All these are technical jargons which must be known by dealer principal to understand the digital future. They'll also be able to fine tune their digital marketing skills, learn hyperlocal marketing, and how to use paid marketing to drive business objectives. It will help us being digital first at every touch point and driving efficiencies and business objectives. The three-part webinar will be followed by a series of sessions for dealers, engagement manager, and the ground level team, which are the foot soldiers, like consultants also. This will give them the skill set to understand how to identify customers and find customers as compared to how they were doing before, which was like going to the field, doing cold calling, getting inquiries through references and extra. But now, seeing the current scenario, this is the must for their lead inquiry management. Hope these sessions, the webinar, help you in understanding and you learn a lot through this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Gulati. I think this was absolutely relevant for each one of you to understand how this will be applicable to your dealerships. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Nikun Sanghi to share his thoughts on why digital is the need of the hour for our industry and what we should be doing to drive profitability.
Thank you so much, Arindam. This is an extremely unique partnership that we are getting into. We have the Sector Skill Council, ASDC. We have the industry partner, FADA, the apex body of dealers across the country. And we have the academia, in this case, Google. The importance of digital could never be undermined. The pandemic has only enhanced it. So this was the right time for ASDC to get into a partnership to enhance the digital skills of its industry partner, basically FADA, and all its members and their employees. We, along with Google, designed a 24-part series workshop, an online workshop, which could be accessed by each employee of the dealership, anywhere, everywhere, at his convenience of time. We ensured that these 24-part series would give the sufficient digital skills to each employee to leverage not only his own dealership, but also for the customer to reach the dealership. Once the 24-part series is over, each employee will be so powerfully digitally enhanced. And once that's done, he'll get certified by ASDC, by FADA, and by Google, all three jointly. The certification by itself is not important. What is important is what happens after the certification. It is after the certification that each employee will be so digitally enhanced that he'll be able to do the best for everybody in the ecosystem. We are excited about this partnership. We are excited about this program. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, FADA. Thank you, Google, for doing this for us. We look forward to this program going on.
Thank you, Mr. Sanghi. We are totally in sync now in terms of understanding how this whole initiative is so closely linked to the profitability of the dealership. Now, I would like to welcome Mr. Nikhil Bansal, Head of India Automotive Business for Google, to share his perspective on why and how dealerships can connect with the digital-first customer.
Hi, good morning and a very warm welcome to all of you. Also, a big thank you for taking out the time to be part of our very first education series called Grow with Google in partnership with FADA and ASDC. Venkesh and Nikunji have already spoken on the need to think and act digital first. I'd like to, however, add that being customer-centric in thinking is not enough, but it's how we engage that will make our customers stay loyal to us as a brand and hopefully drive higher profitability to us as dealerships. Given the pace at which India is coming online, this partnership with FADA and ASDC will truly transform the auto industry, which is not very far from being digital first. The pandemic has only accelerated the shift, and it's time that we as a fraternity are open to educating ourselves and learn new ways to engage with this ever-changing customer. From Google's recent 2020 Auto Gear Shift study, we saw that 95% of auto buyers are today researching online, and 7 out of 10 are looking for you, that is their dealerships. These are staggering numbers. Hence, I feel that this joint partnership will only help empower you and your entire sales and marketing personnel to have the right digital skills to stay one step ahead of your customer. This initiative will also and does complement and further strengthens the work that we as Google are doing with the OEMs on their digital roadmap to get the regional office, the dealership, and themselves to be 100% on digital. And this is where I feel the end goal of selling more cars and motorcycles or tractors is truly accomplished. The proof is always in the pudding. And I'd like to highlight one such case, which is Maruti Suzuki, who's a market leader, as we all know, who saw this trend way back in 2018 of their customers moving online. Ever since, and they are proud, and so are we, to actually highlight that 1,000 out of 3,000 odd dealerships of theirs are active on hyperlocal marketing. And today it's contributing close to 27% of their overall sales. These are big numbers. And Maruti Suzuki has also mentioned that digital today contributes close to 21 lakh inquiries, with 2 lakh cars being sold online only this year. I am also proud to share that Hyundai, Ford, Nissan, and Tata Motors and likes are already on this journey of digitizing their dealership and being present where the customer is. I would encourage you to take this as an inspiration. It doesn't matter whether you're a two-wheeler dealership or a tractor dealership or a car dealership, to have the same aspiration to come online, reap the benefits, and drive more profitability. On that note, I would like to thank you once again for supporting this initiative and for being present today. And I look forward to having a very engaging discussion with you all here on. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikhil, for sharing your thoughts today. And we totally agree that we need to think digital first, especially in the current scenario. With this, I would now like to introduce the Google team, who will be sharing key insights and actions we can take to achieve success. We have with us two of the key members from the Google team for facilitating the session today. First up is Ms. Niharika Thakur, whose strategy and insights lead at Google and will be helping us understand an automotive buyer's journey. Next will be Ms. Vibhuti Agarwal, who leads the hyperlocal strategy to execution and has already worked across OEMs like Maruti Suzuki to increase hyperlocal contribution to overall sales. I would also encourage you all to make this more interactive. You can post any questions you might be having through the chat box, and we will have about 10 to 15 minutes towards the end for the Google team to respond to these queries. And without any further delay, I would now hand it over to Ms. Niharika Thakur to take this further. Happy learning.
Thank you, Arindam. Hello, everyone, and thank you all for joining us today. Before we present to you some interesting insights about the digital journey in the automobile space, let's take a look at this short video. It conveys the emotion of the journey on which Google is a user's partner. Brownie points if you remember the names of the characters.
चलिए, आपको ले चलता हूं इस छोटे से शहर की सैर पे। कितनी शांति, कितना सुकून है यहाँ, भाग दौड़ से बिल्कुल दूर, राइट? रॉन्ग। जरा बताएंगे सबको, आप जा कर रही हैं?
इंटरनेट क्लास।
ये है इनकी इंटरनेट क्लास, और ये है इस क्लास की टीचर परवीन बेगम।
मैं एक इंटरनेट साथी हूँ, मैं इन सबको इंटरनेट यूज करना सिखाती हूँ।
अच्छा, ये सब सीखने का फायदा
कौन बताएगा? अब रेशमा। ओके गूगल, लेमन ग्रास पद्मावती इंटरनेट साथी।
ये है पद्मावती। इनके गांव में किसी ने लेमन ग्रास के बारे में सुना तक नहीं था, पर इंटरनेट की मदद से इन्होंने यहाँ लेमन ग्रास की फसल लहरा दी। आज देखिए, इनका लेमन ग्रास ऑयल एक से बढ़ के एक प्रोडक्ट्स में यूज होता है। और पद्मावती जी, आपकी इंस्पिरेशन?
परवीन गारो।
देखते ही देखते पद्मावती के जैसी कहानियों ने कई लोगों को इंस्पायर किया गजब की चीजें करने के लिए, जैसे चन्नापटना के रियाज अन्ना। ये मूर्तियां पूरी दुनिया में सिर्फ यहीं बनती हैं, और इस सदियों पुरानी कला को सलामत रखने का इन्होंने एक नया तरीका सीखा, इंटरनेट। बस फिर क्या, आज ये मूर्तियां दुनिया भर में छाई हुई हैं। और ऑनलाइन 4.8 स्टार्स पाना ये खुद ही में एक कला है, नहीं? वैसे कलाकार तो यहाँ एक से बढ़कर एक है और देखना चाहेंगे तो फिर चलिए। ऋतिक बाप रे, ये ऋतिक बाबू भी आर्टिस्ट हैं, नेशनल लेवल मार्शल आर्टिस्ट, और ये अपने टाइक्वांडो की प्रैक्टिस करते हैं
रेलवे स्टेशन पे।
जी हाँ, रेलवे स्टेशन पे। पूछिए कैसे? पूछे ऐसे। ऋतिक को नेशनल चैंपियन बनना,
वर्ल्ड चैंपियन,
सॉरी वर्ल्ड चैंपियन, इसलिए ये रोज यहाँ आके इंटरनेशनल खिलाड़ियों की ट्रेनिंग वीडियोस देखते हैं। और ऋतिक जैसे लोगों को देख के और भी लोग इंस्पायर होते हैं। कुछ पढ़ने आते हैं, कुछ पढ़ाने, कुछ आते हैं मनोरंजन के लिए, और कुछ आते हैं दुनिया बदलने। मीट गिरिजा एंड वैष्णवी, ऐप डेवलपर्स हैं जो अपने शहर के लिए एक सेफ्टी ऐप पे काम कर रहे हैं। इनकी इंस्पिरेशन
आमेटा सेंथिल सर।
सेंथिल कुमार, एंटरप्रेन्योर, टीचर, पर सबसे पहले एक कोडर जिन्होंने गर्भवती महिलाओं के लिए एक हेल्थ ऐप बनाया है।
In the village, it is impossible for pregnant women to go to the hospital, which is 20 kilometers away. I use code to make certain devices and apps that bring the hospital to them in this crucial time.
दरअसल ये कहानी टेक्नोलॉजी की नहीं है, ना ही इंटरनेट की। ये कहानी है सेंथिल की, ऋतिक की, रियाज की, पद्मावती की, और हर उस इंडियन की जो किसी नए तरीके, किसी नई तरकीब से अपनी और दूसरों की जिंदगी बदल रहे हैं और जाने अनजाने में एक दूसरे को भी इंस्पायर कर रहे हैं, हमें इंस्पायर कर रहे हैं।
Welcome back, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm really excited to be here, and I would like to share with you some trends we are seeing on how the Indian consumer is evolving, and therefore how it impacts the way a vehicle is purchased today. I'm sure many of you would agree that the consumer has changed over the last few years. Over the next few slides, I will share with you what we believe are the key drivers causing this evolution. So let's start by understanding what's happening in India. Currently, India is the 5th largest economy in the world. It is believed that by 2030, India will be the 3rd largest economy globally. And by then, we will have 1 billion users online. All of this is happening on the back of rapid digitization across India. Number one, with more than 500 million internet users today in India, we are the 2nd highest connected country in the world. Secondly, the number of smartphone users in the country is also growing. Add to that the current COVID scenario, even the average time spent on smartphones has increased. Thirdly, the massive reduction in mobile data prices over the last few years, triggered by Jio, has led to 18x data consumption. We see all of these factors getting accelerated in the current COVID environment. In fact, there has been a 75% growth in UPI transactions over the last few months. All of this is in turn enabling more and more users to connect online and transact online. What these parallel shifts have also led to are diverse needs and expectations from India's internet users. Today, a large part of the user growth is coming from Tier 2 cities, Tier 3 cities, and rural India. These internet users are directly migrating towards a mobile without ever having to buy a laptop or desktop. And what it means, therefore, is that they experience slower internet and will need optimized websites and features. Since most of these users are native language speakers, they would also require relevant and local content. Let's move on now to the next slide. With millennials forming more than 50% of India's population, India has the youngest labor market today. In the second graph, you can also see how the middle class is growing rapidly with the middle income shift. Lastly, rural is driving growth, and not just in internet consumption, but also by way of GDP growth. If we look at autos specifically, on an average, 40 to 45% of sales is from non-metros. We see the exact same trends even on searches on Google search. So friends, Indian consumers are not only mobile first today, they're increasingly becoming video first. The internet video viewing population in India is expected to be about 500 million plus by the end of this year, that's end of 2020. YouTube has already reached more than 325 million adults in India in May 2020. And that's almost 83% of the online adult population. Before we go further in the next section, let's take a fun quiz. Follow the instructions on the screen, please. Please, can I request you to join slido.com as you see on the screen. You can use your smartphones or laptops to log in. And once you're able to access the site, it will prompt you to enter an event code. That's also on your screen. So that's #T635. You need to enter that code and that should get you started. We'll wait for a few seconds till more people kind of join in. Once you've entered slido.com and enter the event code, you'll see this question on your screen as well as on the browser that you're at. And this is what we want you to answer. What is the biggest challenge for you to use digital as a primary medium? And you can see the options in front of you. Please feel free to answer in terms of whatever resonates to you. We can see technical setup issues and supports kind of leading right now, but we'll wait for more people to answer. It's interesting to see that the knowledge is really not an issue, nor is the ability to scale. However, I think what's really coming up is a lot of support and help probably required, from a technical standpoint, as well as a little more heavy lifting and support from OEM brands and agency partners as well. We'll still let more people log in and answer. We have about, I think, 200 odd people who have answered. Let's just wait for a few more seconds. Maybe we'll take another 5 seconds and take a look at the poll. Okay, we can stop there, but thank you for answering this. I think this is a takeaway for us as well. Thank you so much for answering, and let's go back to the presentation now. With this context, now let's move on to the next section to get deeper insights on the auto buyer's purchase journey. Until a few years ago, a very typical behavior for an auto buyer was to get to know about a new car launch, either through TV or through a newspaper. And then they would perhaps visit an auto expo or just go to the dealership directly. This has dramatically changed with digitization. Today, the first connect of your auto buyer is online. Almost all new auto buyers have either a phone or a laptop and online access to information about the vehicle they prefer. Let's take a look at this slide. This depicts a typical consumer journey of an auto buyer. There are on an average 23 touch points, both online as well as offline. But of these 23 touch points, 20 touch points are digital. This is already being witnessed and endorsed by market leaders in the automotive industry. The power of mobile and internet means that today's consumers can get exactly what they want instantly and effortlessly. And as a result, there are three prominent behavioral shifts in buyers in the digital age. One, they are more curious. Two, they are extremely demanding. And third, they are more impatient than ever before. So therefore, for marketers, this implies that these consumers are tough to reach and even tougher to please. And a brand's ability to leverage data to anticipate these consumer needs will define its ability to grow. Now let's look at some interesting data points from our latest report. That's the Auto Gear Shift report. Auto Gear Shift report is a global report done by Google to provide insights into the purchase journey of auto buyers. We recently launched an India 2020 version with Kantar as our on-ground research partner. This report covers four-wheelers, two-wheelers, and used vehicles, as well as segments like sedan, SUV, bikes, scooters, etc. Also, for this particular report, we surveyed respondents across 17 cities, which covered Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3 cities. So let's look at the first data point. 9 out of 10 auto buyers stated that they come online. That is from the initial motivation to buy a vehicle till the final purchase. And this is true not only for a two-wheeler buyer, but also for a four-wheeler buyer, irrespective of which part of the country they come from. Additionally, while they use multiple online and offline resources, a majority of these auto buyers even start their research online. This is 59% in the case of four-wheeler buyers and 45% in the case of two-wheeler buyers. Now let's take a deeper look and understand what are these resources that they are referring to. The auto buyers today rely more on digital resources than offline resources. Some of the top online resources preferred are search engines, online videos, and dealer websites. For any offline information, they usually consult with, say, a family or friend or a colleague, or visit a dealer. But please note, consumers expect every digital experience to be tailored just for them, and they expect brands to understand that intent. The next slide is probably even more relevant for you. Even dealer discoverability happens online. 7 out of 10 four-wheeler buyers or 1 in 2 two-wheeler buyers research for their dealers online. And this is done either through a search engine or through a dealer website or a brand website. Before the auto buyer even walks into your dealer showroom, they look for a lot of specific information online. And this could be around price, contact details of the dealer, promotional offers, and so on. After finishing the research, 1 out of 3 two-wheeler buyers and 1 out of 4 four-wheeler buyers took an action. This meant they either walked into a dealer showroom or called the dealer directly. Only 10% of the auto buyers actually fill an online lead form today. All of this highly digital behavior has also resulted in a very short window of influence in the entire purchase journey. As you can see on the screen, almost 95% of auto buyers make a purchase within 2 months. 50% of them actually take a decision in less than 2 weeks. Time for a fun quiz again. Please can I request you to join slido.com again. So the same site link works, and you can enter by using this particular event code, which is on the screen. That's #5409. And you should be able to see the question, the second question for the day on your screen as well. And the question is, which of the following mediums would give you a better cost per sales? You should be able to see 5 options in front of you. That's calls from print, calls from digital, leads through on-ground activations, leads from digital, and leads from aggregators. I'm just repeating the instructions again in case you missed it. You need to log on into slido.com again. And this time you have to enter the event code that is #5409 to enter this particular question. Personally, as I see more and more people answering this and from Google, very happy to see that the answer right now, which is topping, is leads from digital. And very, very glad that it is giving you a good cost per sales. But we let more people answer. We have about 120 odd people who've answered. We'll wait for some more responses. So almost an equal number of people feel that leads from digital and calls from digital, both mediums give good cost per sales, followed by calls from print, leads to on-ground activation, and then aggregators. Let's wait for another 10 seconds and have some more responses. All right, thank you so much. Again, this is a great takeaway for us, and we're very happy that you believe in the power of digital. So let's go back to the presentation again. If you remember in the earlier part of my presentation, I spoke about the growing influence of online videos. As per our Autogeshift report, YouTube has emerged as the #2 preferred search engine. 7 out of 10 auto buyers stated that they prefer to use YouTube in their purchase journey. And this number and this influence was even higher in the case of tier 2 auto buyers. So what do these auto buyers do after they use online videos? 9 out of 10 auto buyers said that they took one follow-up action triggered by what was shown in the video. Almost half of them actually requested for either a price quote or try to locate a dealer or schedule a test drive, amongst many other actions. As I conclude, I would like you to take some time to read some of these quotes, which are statements from our industry leaders who have endorsed the value of digital. This is being seen across India and across different auto segments and brands. To summarize my presentation, I would like to leave you with 3 thoughts or 3 questions. 1, do you fully understand the needs and expectations of your digital auto buyer? Number 2, are you able to predict how this impacts your business? And thirdly, are you ready and agile to customize and personalize reach and communications? With this, I would like to now hand over to Vibhuti, who's going to help you understand how to connect with this digital first auto buyer. Thank you.
Thank you, Niharika, for walking us through an automotive buyer's journey. With this context, none of us can deny the importance of digital marketing in improving customer experiences. So let's move ahead and understand how do we connect with this digital first buyer. We have a 4-pronged strategy to help you win this audience. Start by understanding what your prospective buyers are searching for. We all saw earlier that 20 out of 23 touchpoints are digital. So it is important to create digital storefronts to attract your prospective buyers during their research phase. Engage with them during their journey to drive your business goals. And finally, learn what's working for you by measuring the metrics that matter. We'll be covering how to understand your audience, which tools can help you, or what reports you can ask your agency for. And we'll follow up with the rest of the sections in upcoming sessions. To understand your prospective buyers, first identify what they are looking for. Google Trends can help you monitor latest industry trends, compare your brand's demand with others, and identify what are the popular and trending searches. Once you know what your audience is looking for, you should also understand who has a better likelihood of purchasing your vehicle. With Google Analytics audience reporting, you can identify the interests of people who have a higher chance to purchase. You can work with your agency to receive these reports on a regular basis. Now that you have finalized your audience, you should reach out to. You should be able to identify how do they engage with you. Google Analytics acquisition report and GMB Insights dashboard available to you can help you with this. You can understand which is a better platform for you from a marketing perspective and how do your buyers prefer to interact with you. Do they prefer to call you or walk into your stores or anything else? It is also important to understand the key moments in a buyer's journey when you should be present. These can be classified into 3 stages. First, awareness, when someone is looking at different segment cars and trying to understand which brand to go for. Second, consideration, when the buyers are looking to know more about various models to ensure that the vehicle meets all their needs. The third is ready to buy moments, when the buyers are comparing prices and finalizing their dealers. In this moment, the buyers are closest to finalizing their purchase. While it is important to be present on all 3 stages, we strongly recommend you to maintain 100% presence in ready-to-buy moments. Before we proceed further, let's again go back to the quiz that will help us understand your business. Please follow the instructions on the screen to log in. Okay. Again, I would request all of you to follow the instructions on your screen. Please go to slido.com and enter the code #6094 and you should be able to log in. Our question is, given 20 out of 23 touch points are digital, which of the following mediums would you prioritize in 2021 to connect with your prospective buyers? The options are: first, digital marketing; second, on-ground activations like mall activities, events; print ads; or outbound calls based on aggregator leads. I'm really glad to see a few that digital marketing is leading as of now, but we would wait for a few more responses to come in. Okay. Okay, we have more than 160 responses, and we still see that most of you are going to prioritize digital marketing. That's very heartening for us. We'll just wait for a few more minutes, few more seconds for others to respond. Okay, I think we can stop the poll here, and it's really heartening to see that most of you are planning to prioritize on digital marketing, and we also heard the challenges you faced during the first poll with the digital marketing. With this, let's get back to presentation and understand how can we get started on this. We would now want to understand how we can drive higher business impact. We have used Kanta as a study across more than 50 multimedia campaigns to compare print with online display, a visual online marketing format. We noticed that online display drove a same level of incremental brand impact as print advertising at 1/3 cost. We have seen similar proof points across different OEMs during our experiments. To name a few, it is Ford, Renault, and Volkswagen, and you can see the impact on your screens. Marketers can drive a greater impact by using an optimal mix of print advertising along with the online display strategies. The Kantar study suggests this to be in a 65:35 ratio. You can further improve your efficiency by avoiding loss of your buyer to the competition. When a prospective buyer visits a third-party website instead of your own, there is a probability of losing that customer to the competition. This is also evident through better lead-to-sale ratios of our solutions compared to third-party leads. Engage with your customers directly by using our solutions across various platforms: Search, YouTube, Google Maps, and Google Display Network, among many more, each of which has more than 1 billion user base. We'll be covering more on how to build such a strategy based on your business goal in our upcoming sessions. Let's ensure we are present across all digital touchpoints to engage with our buyer. And let's get our dealership to customers. We can use hyperlocal marketing to reach people in your vicinity with personalized messages instead of the spray and pray approach of traditional mediums. This will help you amplify your customer experience, improve your sales at a reduced cost. We'll also help you plan how to ease your product or offer discovery. More to come on hyperlocal marketing and how you can get started with it in our next session. I would like to leave you with 3 important points. Show up your customers' research online. Let's be present during the moments that matter. Speed up. Provide a seamless experience to your customers by extending offline experiences to online. Wise up. Drive profitability by understanding an optimal media mix. With this, we come to the end of today's session. We would now like to open the floor for questions. Feel free to ask your queries through the chat box. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. With this, we open the floor for questions and answers. I can start off with a few questions that I see on the live chat box. But before I jump to that, I would encourage you all to post any questions that you have in the chat box, and we will be taking it live right now. The first question that I noticed from you is difference between calls and leads from digital. How do you differentiate between the two? So let me clarify. By calls from digital, we mean when a phone call arrives at a dealership. By leads, we wanted to say more about the other mechanisms, be it your website lead form or any other way of getting lead, either from your GMB or any other place. That's the difference between the two. The second question is, does it make sense to buy leads from aggregators? In my experience, I would just suggest you to look at where are you getting most efficient leads from. Ultimately, it is your you can get much more efficient leads by being present yourself instead of buying from them. It also helps you build your first party audience, which you can utilize in future and drive higher efficiencies. Though it might take longer for you to reach that level of efficiency in the starting, you will reach there over a couple of months. So I would strongly recommend you to be present yourself while driving leads. The third question that I see from Mr. Praveen sir is how can we purchase leads from Google? So unfortunately, there's not any solution where you can just directly buy leads. However, we do have solutions which can help you drive more leads. So suppose if you are looking for getting higher number of leads, we do have a suite of products that can help you with driving that, and that can be in any form. It can be either a website lead form fill or a call to your dealership, or if you even think that a walk-in is a better lead for you, we can help you drive that. And we can also help you measure each of these form of leads. How do we go about it is something that we plan to cover in our next 2 sessions. So I would strongly encourage you to attend session 2 and session 3 on December 17th. And we will be able to help you build that strategy for your dealership. Any more questions, anything anything on your mind, feel free to enter it on the chat box and we can take it live right now. Something that we have also heard before, and I would just like to touch upon it, is how can my dealership show at the top when people around my locality are searching for me? This is something, there are various factors that come into play in deciding who appears at the top during digital marketing. These vary from your from the content that is present on your website to the distance of your dealership from wherever the customer is searching from, to ratings, reviews, a customer's behavior, and likelihood to take action on your listing. So a lot of these factors come into play. We will be covering each of these in detail in our next 2 sessions. The next question is how do we upload customers' data for Google remarketing? There are detailed steps and guidelines on how we can achieve that. We have also prepared a series of how-to videos that will actually walk you through step-by-step how to drive this. This will be available with ASDC and FADA portal right our webinar sessions end. Alternatively, you can also reach to your OEM contact and to us to understand this in detail. The next one is where can I get a good course regarding digital marketing? So I'll be happy to tell you that we'll be walking through the macro strategy build up right now. However, the 30 how-to videos that we have created that will be available with ASDC and FADA portal is will help you actually understand end-to-end how to go about digital marketing. The next one is, does Google help dealers directly? While we do try to help as much as possible, I would strongly suggest all of you to work to collaborate with your OEMs, because there are certain insights and certain guidelines that we keep sharing with them on a day-to-day basis. So that can be much more streamlined if we collaborate more with our OEMs. The next one is, I'll just give me a minute and I'll get through these. I accept YouTube is a very strong medium. The problem is that YouTube is dominated by channels which multi-brand auto news and review content. How can a dealer get past the other channels and be visible to a customer who comes on YouTube? We will also be including how do you build your presence on YouTube in our 3rd session. Now, there are various solutions even on YouTube that depends on your marketing objective, whether you are looking to build your brand or whether you are looking to drive more leads. So the solutions in each of these cases will vary. We will actually be building a strategy based on your objective, primarily divided into how to drive, how to build your brand, how to communicate your offers and engage directly with your customers, and how to drive leads in the third session. Okay, so the next one is around copyright violations, and Google ads are sometimes removed, even though the dealer might be an authorized dealer. So for such kind of violations, we do have a support. It can be an email support or a call support. We are more than happy to share the link with our partners, and you can utilize that link to escalate such cases. Is there any option to display two contact numbers in GMB for sales and service separately? Yes, there are options of alternate numbers. In fact, the way you create your GMB can also be grouped separately, your sales listing and your service listing. We will be covering that in our next session on December 17th. Our specialist on the GMB side will be joining to walk you through everything around your Google My Business listing. Can you help us with the budget in terms of money to be spent on Google Ads? Certainly, we can help that. We will be more than happy to help you on deciding that budget, and we can take this offline in collaboration with the OEM partner. In the interest of time, I'll just take one more last question, but we'll ensure that we come back to these questions after the session. So, does the primary owner has the authority to remove fake reviews? Can the rights be given for the same? Unfortunately, the primary owner might not be able to remove reviews directly. However, you can report reviews and you can give the details around why do you think it is a fake review, and the same can be removed from the backend side. However, what is fake and what is not fake is something that will need to be justified, and that's one of the reasons why we cannot directly remove the fake review. In the interest of time, let me just close right now. Thank you all for joining us today. I can see a lot more questions coming in, and we will definitely get back to you with answers to all of these post this session, and we will ensure that these are available to you via our partners. Thank you all. And with this,
thank you, Google team, for such an insightful session today. I'm sure it helped us understand the changing customer behavior. I would like to take a minute to also cover some of the key takeaways from today's session. First up, we learned that the middle income people in tier 2 and 3 cities are increasingly coming on digital. And I'm sure many of you would understand that very well. Second, we learned digital is the new mainstream, with 9 out of 10 people researching online and heavily relying on Google search and YouTube. Third, we saw that digital marketing also seems to be more efficient than traditional mediums which have been in use so far, especially with 1 in 3 people following it up with an action. And finally, we should follow the 4-pronged strategy to drive profitability. It was great to know how we can drive customers better to use solutions like Google Trends, GMB Insights, and Google Analytics. In the next session, we do plan to cover how you can get started on creating your digital storefronts, a fundamental requirement for hyperlocal marketing. Hope this was well worth your time, and we look forward to seeing you all on December 17th. Till then, have a great day. Thank you.